Hi, welcome to the Powerful Marketing Tips podcast. I am Mari-Liis.
And I am Laura, and today we have a very interesting episode planned for you. We have had zero preparation, but we decided to go and ask for help from our best friend, which is AI, ChatGPT. So I said to ChatGPT, based on everything that you know about us, because I have used that same ChatGPT window for all the powerful marketers related things. Based on everything that you know, ask us 15 questions that would be valuable for our audience. So let's see what those questions are, and we'll just take turns answering them.
Let's go.
Let's go. So I'm just looking at the questions from my phone. And we'll start with the mindset and growth block. Very interesting.
Love it. So go ahead.
So first question, looking back at when you first started in marketing, what's one belief you had about success that turned out to be completely wrong? Wow.
Actually, that's quite easy, I would say, because I think for me it was being everywhere, doing everything as much as, you can. But actually, over the years, I have understood that that's not what really brings you any success in marketing. That's something that creates this overwhelm nowadays.
Yeah, I agree 100%. That's a very good answer. I can't think of a better one. I would also say something similar. And of course, the most, popular misconception is, what marketing even is. And it's not that hard. I mean, it's
how hard can it be?
Exactly. That's like the most popular thing to say. You're just on social media and attending fun events and it's so glamorous. But the marketing entails so much more. And when I first started, I had no idea that you have to also have like these website skills or like those technical skills.
Creative skills, analytical skills.
Yeah. And I also actually had this misconception in my head that a marketer is, someone exactly like you, very like outgoing and very like creative. But actually in marketing, even like more technical and analytical people can find a role. So it's very big. Okay, so moving on to the next one. Both of you have faced overwhelm at different stages in your careers. Can you share a moment when you realized I can't keep doing it this way and how you turned things around?
Yes, for me, I remember exactly. It was back 2018 when we had another marketing agency we had built. It was quite a successful company, actually, 7 figures in revenue, right? And we were like hamsters in a wheel, going crazy because there was so much to do. And back then I wasn't very using the, planning and calendar the way we do now, which really helps. And what we did was that we decided to do an exit from this company and to build completely different business for us. And this is actually how Powerful Marketers was born. But maybe you have another story.
I mean, it's hard to top that one. But I think I have had like those smaller moments for sure at various stages, like where you feel like, oh, I'm so overwhelmed. I have so much to do and no one understands me. I'm so alone with all my worries and all the clients demand this and that and whatever. But what has helped, probably some clarity. So when you take a step back or go on a vacation, that's also very helpful. And then you see that not everything needs to be done today, and not all clients are mad at you, and not all things are urgent, and you can actually plan and categorize and take it step by step, even if it means that you can't get something done today or this month, then maybe you will get to it in 6 months. And if you don't get to that in 6 months, then maybe it wasn't so important.
So important at all.
So I think that the lesson would be to just stress less
and plan
more. And ask for clarification. Is it really urgent, or it's okay if I will get to it in like a week? And usually it is okay. So don't assume that everything is urgent.
As a marketer, you are not a firefighter.
No.
Nothing will burn down, actually, and you will not hurt anybody if you don't answer this call or this message like within 5 minutes.
Yeah, but you have to be careful not to hurt yourself, because if you take on this huge responsibility that you are responsible for every single thing, then it will eat you alive. Dun,
Oh
dun, dun,
my
dun.
God. So scary.
Okay, let's move on. So, question number 3, which is the final question from the mindset and growth block. You often talk about no one wins alone. How does ChatGPT know?
It knows everything. Laura.
Can you share a story where leaning on community or collaboration changed everything for you? I mean, for me, I think it has been a lifelong lesson that I keep learning again and again, because it's very natural for me to think that I have to do it all by myself and I know best, even if I don't know best, but just like I can figure it out and I will work on it myself and no need to involve anyone else. But I have really learned through different collaborations is that different people have different strengths, and someone can really improve like the experience for the whole team, with adding what they are best at and also me doing the same and so on. So this is like from the teamwork perspective, but from like collaborating with different clients and businesses, I think that like very interesting campaigns have,
Collaboration projects.
yeah, or like events or bringing together people who would otherwise not meet, and then you see those people like starting to talk about the potential collaborations and so on. So it's like a snowball that keeps on getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, the cross marketing is a great way.
Yeah.
To be very efficient on your marketing and comms activities for the everybody who are actually involved. But for me, when you say no one wins alone, it means that I always have somebody from my network or from our hub that I can turn to. For example, right now we were looking for somebody to help us with Amazon, right? Yeah. And the way I do that, the way I work is that I always turn to somebody. Hey, do you know somebody who can help us with Amazon, for example? And I really rely on these referrals because I trust those people, and that's really helpful in terms of my own time and resources, just to try to find somebody and have those one-on-one meetings. And because if I were to post on social media, do you know anybody who can help us with Amazon? Can you imagine the amount of information I should go through? Yeah. And probably half of them would be scammers. So yeah, I think for me, the biggest win comes from that I can trust my tribe, my people, and it's really time efficient also to ask for help. And I would say that asking for help is a sign of strength. It's not the sign of weakness. People often think that, oh my God, I need to know everything by myself. No, you don't. So just go there and ask for help, because we all want to help each other, right? If you come and ask for help, I don't think oh my God, you cannot do that yourself.
Yeah, and people are inclined to say yes, or they want to be liked by people. So if you ask me something that I'm flattered, I can easily help you. I'm like, of course, no worries. And then I feel good that I was able to help you, and you feel good, and everyone is happy.
It's a win-win.
Yeah, so don't struggle alone.
Yep, because no one wins alone.
Yes, work smarter, not harder. Okay, let's move on to the next block, which is strategy and alignment. Interesting.
My favorite.
You have worked with so many business owners who felt frustrated with their marketing. What's the most common mistake you see, and how do you help them actually fix it?
I think the most common struggle is that people don't get what marketing really is. Oftentimes, they think that it's only social media or ads, and that's it. But actually, the magic is in this sales and marketing alignment, meaning that oftentimes we do things in marketing that we do for the sake of doing those things, because everybody are doing the same things. Yeah. But if we start these discussions, okay, how does that help us to bring any more, new leads or new clients or new business for us? Then usually the thinking goes more strategic, and people start to see that, okay, we really need to align these to the sales and marketing, because they can help each other a lot. Actually, when sales asks for help from marketing, and marketing asks for client feedback from the sales, then that's a collaboration that really brings this effect.
Yeah, and I really love what you have said, that marketing has a branding problem. So
because nobody understands what is marketing.
And I think what to add to your thought process is that those metrics and those dashboards can really help business owners understand like the marketer's role, or if the marketing activities are working, like those different activities. So if you can't measure it, then it's very hard to evaluate if something is working or not. Of course, it's very nice to get those likes and whatever, but if it doesn't bring you business in the long run, then there's no point.
And the good way to test things is that, for example, if you turn off something for a month and nothing happens with your business, probably this is something you shouldn't do in your marketing. You shouldn't put your time and effort into that.
That reminded me, I want to say one more thing. Another mistake that I see many businesses make is assume that every like potential customer reads every single thing on their website, on their social media, and if there's like we can't publish anything that is not ideal or perfect, and we need to like finalize it for 10 months and then make sure that the font is the exact right way and so on. And in a way I agree, like you don't want to put out anything that is like off brand, but actually no one really reads like every single word, and sometimes it's better to put something out than postpone it for like months and months and months.
Yeah, so minimum viable product is probably better than nothing at all.
Absolutely. Amen. So moving on, if tomorrow you lost everything and had to build a business from scratch, what would your first 3 marketing moves be and why?
Reaching out to my network. That would be definitely the first one. Second one would be asking for referrals, because I think that's the strongest, right? And then the third one would be probably building relationships, starting just talking and meeting people.
Very good.
What about you?
Yes to all of those, but if I can't choose those exact same ones, then build like a website or at least a professional place where people can find out more about you. Then think through your value proposition, what it is that you're actually offering, so that it is clear. The less words, the better. Make it as simple as possible, because no one will understand. And third, I think building relationships, I would say, or like get that social proof and really show that social proof through like those different marketing activities, whether it's like TikTok videos or Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever you choose to do. Anyway, you have to show that what you have is helpful, it is working, other people are trusting it, and then more will follow, hopefully.
Talking about making things simple, I'm listening to this audiobook right now, and I can't remember the name right now, but I just heard this morning about the concept called K.I.S.S. It's keep it super simple. K.I.S.S. Love that.
Yeah, nice.
So kissing.
We should kiss everything.
Very good.
Okay, next one. Have you ever run a campaign or strategy that completely flopped? What did you learn from that failure that you still use today?
Of course. I think we always learn more from our failures. So, for example, we had the recent example that just came to my mind is that we wanted to have this virtual meetup, and we had like 40 people signed up. You know, that you can mark interested on social media or coming, right? Over 40 people was actually, who signed up, and no one came. 0.
Whoops.
So what's the learning point for us? I think at least what we discussed was that probably it wasn't focused enough. It was too vague, the topic, right? So it needs to be very well focused. I mean, and using the K.I.S.S strategy, keep it super simple, right? But we had like several things that just join us and we will discuss all the things, right, in the world. But this is not very good strategy, let's be honest.
Yeah, if you try to reach everyone, then you won't reach anyone, actually. Yeah, this is also something that we learned from a seminar that we attended recently.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you want to talk about that as a flop.
I mean, it wasn't our flop, but it was all very, very nicely done. And I appreciate the invite, and it was free to attend, actually. So that was amazing. But from the event title or description, I didn't realize that maybe we are not the ideal target audience. So,
but who would be? Because it was,
very generic.
Generic. Yeah. So if you're not into the topic yourself too much, if you're not into, I don't know, the numbers and everything, then it might be too difficult or too boring. And on the other side, we went there because we were expecting like it to be more creative and so on.
Yeah, and that's also a good learning moment because I didn't receive too much detailed information about it. I just, signed up and I didn't realize that they're like, who's exactly the people they're looking for and what kind of presentations there will be and so on. Maybe there was, but I just didn't pay attention. But this also can happen.
You do actually pay attention more than I do usually because you are a very detailed person. So if you didn't see that, then how come any other can see this information?
So I would say that 2 great lessons. Be specific, niche it down
as much as possible.
And the other one is communicate more, I would say, because people don't read every single thing that you say and just set the right expectations and then they won't be disappointed. Yes, so let's move on to the third block, which is marketing in practice. So question number 7, halfway there almost.
We can have 2 separate episodes probably.
We'll see how long it's going to be. So AI is everywhere right now. Do you remember the first time you tried using AI in your own marketing and what surprised you most about the results? When was it?
I was just trying to remember.
A year ago, for sure, or even more.
I think I heard the first time about AI from maybe 2 years. Amy Porterfield.
Yeah.
The podcast.
Yes.
Or maybe 2 years ago. And I can't remember who was the guest, but they were encouraging that you should try it out and play with AI and try it out, etc. And I did it after this podcast because I was so inspired that, oh my God, now I will try it. But my first impression was a disappointment.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, because I was like, oh my God, how full can it be? Come on, I just gave you everything, right? But over time, we tested it out more and more. And of course, it's a great tool for efficiency now. But first, I didn't get where's the hype around it. I was like, okay, everybody are talking about it, but I'm not buying into that so much. But I understood that it is something that is here to stay, just the same way as, I don't know, internet came or Google. First, I wasn't impressed by Google as well because I thought that
books are the
we
way
have
to go.
those books there, right? But How about you?
Yeah, same. I also remember I was disappointed and I thought like, okay, it's like a fun toy if you have some extra time, but I didn't see it as a valuable tool in my day-to-day work. And of course now it has changed like so much and I use it every single day. And I feel like I should learn so much more about it because it's developing so rapidly and there's like so much new out there what people don't even imagine, like what AI can help you.
And to do that, we just discussed before recording this episode today that we will now put on our calendars the AI time, especially.
Yeah, learning time, because you need to take this designated time. Otherwise, you'll never like step it up because you won't have this extra time, this wonderful extra time that wonderfully just happens to come to your lap. Never. Okay, next one. Imagine you only had 500 euros to spend on marketing for a whole quarter. Where would you put that money and why? I mean, we have done zero budget.
I was just thinking it's too much money already.
Yeah, so I think that 500, it doesn't matter 500 or zero,
I'm thinking it, of course, it depends what kind of business. Okay, if we talk about our business, right? I wouldn't put it on ads.
Yeah, same.
I would put it maybe even on some reasonable merch today because we see that people
notice it, they
love things, they keep things, and that kind of helps our brand to be visible, more and more. So maybe that would be something that I would think.
Yeah, or
when it comes to our brand.
Yeah, and a similar thought would be like create like an experience or like an event for people where they will come in and have a nice time, and then you can photograph it or videograph it, so you have the social proof.
Yeah, this is what we do anyways, without any money. So
yes.
I thought that's the...
Yeah, but I mean, you can buy some snacks or something for 500 euros. It's going to be a good party.
Yeah, and that's emotional. And this is something that people would remember and they would share about it. They would probably take some pictures.
Exactly.
So...
just make people feel good, and then they are happy to talk about you. because we are all selfish. We just want to share, like, I had such a nice time yesterday. Oh, what did you do? I attended a Pop Marketers event. Oh my God, tell me more. Okay, next up. We all know that likes don't pay the bills. What's your favorite example of turning marketing data into real business growth?
I don't know if we can share that, but I will without any names. There's a client of ours who uses this AI tool on their website.
Okay, yeah.
Which is pretty expensive, let's be honest.
Quite.
And since they have used that for several years already, I understand that they are
emotionally connected.
Yeah, connected.
Or convenient with that solution.
Yes, and they don't want to give up using that solution. But when we started to analyze the data, what are the conversions and what kind of conversions they are getting out of this, and comparing the price for the tools, the yearly price, with the conversions that they get out of there, it's pretty black and white that they're paying like 100 times more of using that tool compared to the business they get out of this.
Yeah.
Was it 100 times?
Something like that, yeah.
It's
but
like
it
crazy
was very
numbers.
unreasonable, yeah.
So it's very, very unreasonable. And I understand that people are like, okay, but what happens if we take that away from our website? I'm sorry, but nothing really happens. It doesn't affect your business at all.
Yeah, you won't lose as much business as you think, probably 0%.
So that's why you need to analyze what is happening in your marketing and what tools are you using and for what purposes and so on. So probably for this company, it would be cheaper to just, I don't know, have a person who answers the calls, right? Rather than using this quite expensive tool. I'm not against the tool itself. It has great features, etc. But it's just the conversions and the features that this tools is actually allowing. They don't use them because they don't have time and resources internally. So it's complicated. But if you put it down on the paper, here are the costs, here are the business we get thanks to this tool or thanks to this marketing activity, then it's pretty black and white, and you shouldn't let emotions take over when you are doing this kind of decisions.
Yeah, that's very good. Good example. Let's move on. On to communication already. Time flies. Okay, so communication is at the heart of marketing. What is the biggest communication blunder you have seen a business make? So like a communication mistake. And how would you have handled it differently? I think that one mistake I have seen a lot of businesses make is when there's some negative feedback on social media or like publicly, then the business comments like, oh, look at you, you did this and that wrong, you are like at fault, we did nothing wrong, like blaming the customer. Even if it's true, it's still like,
you should never do that.
Yeah, it sounds very
publicly
weird, and then you will feel like, okay, I don't want to deal with that business. Maybe they will also shame me publicly or, weird.
Yeah, that's a very good example. But my favorite communication
blunder,
or I would say the quote right now is that assuming is the mother of all the problems, because this is usually what happens within, internally, externally.
This applies everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. In your
personal
life and your professional life. Because what happens is that we assume that people understand what we feel or think. We assume that our potential customers know about us. We assume that they understand what our business is all about, what's the value for them, etc. I'm sorry, but they don't. We assume that people pay attention to our channels and they know what we shared last month on our website. I'm sorry, they don't know that. So, and the same happens internally when we assume that the sales knows what the marketing is doing and the marketing knows what sales and client service, people are talking to their clients, etc. They don't. So just stop all the assumption and start being more collaborative internally and externally. And do not be afraid of repeating things. So it's very popular to reuse, repurpose. So make sure to do that, because your audience and your teams and everybody are overwhelmed, and new information keeps on coming every day, and we just forget things even if we don't want to. So Don't
You
be
can
afraid.
also set up like some routines, like either you send out like a monthly memo of like what happened last month and here's what's coming up next month for your internal team, for example, or also with your customers that you set the expectation when they will receive information from you.
So I should say that a lot of interesting questions came up thanks to AI, and we should probably have more similar episodes. Why don't we wrap it up for today?
Yeah, we can keep the rest for next time because otherwise it's probably going to be way too long. And then we can also ask for more questions, or if you have questions for us based on everything that we have shared or other marketing related questions, then you are always welcome to comment or write to us, and we would be really happy to discuss that on the podcast.
And we can do a shout out to you next time.
Yes.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Take care. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.